Year 5 of Simracing Corner, and I like to mark every anniversary with just a quick impromptu sim rig tour, so you can just see around the room, see around the rig. Now, it is always a snapshot of the sim rig as things are chopping and changing since I'm reviewing lots of different hardware. So week to week, this can change quite dramatically, at least with the wheel pedals and sometimes the peripherals there. But mostly the rest stays about the same. But yeah, let's get start off with the actual 8020 Sim Rig chassis. That is some SimLab from like 2016, so less sophisticated than what they do now. So you know, a little bit boxy, but it works and it's fine and it's very handy and versatile for the needs of someone who have used lots of different hardware. So I've added bits of profile onto it over the years, added a tabletop, which makes my life a lot easier. Yes, there is a lot of cable clutter, but considering how many things I have plugged in, there's going to be lots of wires. And since I am changing things around regularly, it really wouldn't make sense to try and hide everything away, all the wires, because I need to get to everything to be able to kind of move things around. So yeah, it has to stay like that. It is hidden away by this monitor here. Now this monitor is on a swing arm. So when I want to use it for sim racing, I just swing it over there. And if I want to use it for computing, gaming, and other sort of productivity like editing videos, then I just swing it over here. And you know, so I only need one PC for the whole setup. That's very convenient, so that's good to have. So I don't need to spend, you know, money on a second PC just for the sim rig. I can just use one, you know, nice powerful PC and for both purposes. So that works for me very well. It's a very small desk, but it's okay. I've had it for years and years and years, probably about 20 odd years, that desk, and it's still doing fine. So I'm going to stick with that one. So yeah, back to the sim rig, guys. So the hardware, obviously we have a Fanatec CSL-DD right now. That's their universal hub with just their third-party wheel. I can't remember the brand of that one. It's very nice. Hard to get hold of this rim. Sportline, yes, it's a Sportline rim from Italy, and they're just really difficult to find, but they're such a nice ergonomic wheel rim. I do enjoy that one. That's a Bash Pro shifter, currently in testing for review. Next to that is a Rutu handbrake, something else I need to review when I get the chance. And also something else that I need to review down here are the SimJack Pro pedals. So all these things are basically queued up and I'll be working on. As soon as I've finished that one, I can move on to that and then maybe onto that. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm kind of busy. Over here we have some fans, so a sim, well, partial DIY sort of sim fan setup. Those are my own fans and 3D printed shrouds, which I found on Thingiverse for that. Using Sim Project's fan controller, which is very handy, very nice and small and neat, does a good job there. And that's an amp for a butt kicker, which is at the back of my seat right there. Over here is a vocal display in a 3D printed case. And over here is a DIY project I put together quite a long time ago. So that's a Stream Deck, Sim Project's display, so Speedo, and that's a Nextion screen, all in one fairly neat and boxy sort of panel, but it works nicely for my usage. Back over this side, we have a matrix display from Sim Projects. And on my monitor, I also have another display, that's from Sim Projects as well. That's their Pro Race. Over to the seat, and we have a Next Level Motion V3 seat mover. Realtius tactile pad. Not sure if they're in business anymore. They had some trouble in the past and I think they might have gone under. But yeah, it's a good product, but not necessarily a good company. That is my web camera I use for the overhead sim racing videos that you've seen on my channel. I posted a lot of those on the channel so you can see this setup. Big old tripod with a lot of weight on there. It can pick up some vibrations from the sim rig, so I need to weight it down to keep it in one place, so that sort of works. There is a studio light, just handy to have when I need extra lighting. Just one last look before we swing over to here to my table where I do loads of my filming. You'll be familiar with this table mat. That's my overhead camera setup. This very handy arm which I picked up this year which makes my life a lot easier to film these overhead shots. It's out the way, got lots of room to kind of move around in. And when I need to use that camera on this tripod, it just simply slips off the ends and goes on here. So that's very handy too. And you can also see a bunch of steering wheels. Yeah, a little bit untidy, but they're out of the way. It is what it is, guys. There's some lights, so LED lights for filming. And there's just a big arm here that holds that to the wall. I have another microphone, another little light I use. So just stuff which is just packed out the way. Just so when I'm not using it, I can just put it somewhere. There's my other microphone. A 3D printer behind that silver hood there. And if we go over here, we can see my collection of Simracing hardware, or most of it. I do have another room where I do have some other shelves where bits are just basically strewn around, but this is the majority of the hardware. So lots of wheels, lots of power supplies, wheelbases from a variety of brands. So Thrustmaster T818 there. There's a Leo Bodner behind there, hidden behind there. Bunch of Moser devices. We have some shifters, Logitech DD Pro. Down here is just a bunch of steering wheels, which I've collected over the years. Big pile of those. Yeah, so none of those have any button boxes on, but these do. So again, more bits and pieces, and a collection of pedal sets on that bottom shelf there. And just a table with some junk on. So that's basically the room, guys. And some boxes with some bits in which I need to sort out. But yeah, that's the sim rig tour and the sim room tour of 2023, guys. "5 years in the making." This is what my sim rig room looks like after 5 years. And there's Simcat. Simcat? She's not interested. Anyway, guys, hope you found it interesting. Sorry about those blinds, they're just a bit wonky, but hey, don't worry about it. But yeah, it's kind of annoying, isn't it? Yeah, anyway, guys, yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Drop comments below the video. And there you go, sim rig tour, sim room tour for 2023. And I'll be back next year with another one of these. But of course, I'll be back in a couple of days with another video on the channel. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you then. And until then, happy simming from me and Simcat. Bye-bye.